Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Racing League's Porsche vs Ferrari season for part one of our season finale, which will be hosted here in sunny Monza in northern Italy. Once again, I am your host, Panic at the Tesco, and I am really looking forward to rounding off this 10-race season. Thank you to all of our viewers for watching, and I know that some of you have actually watched every race, which I think is actually more than the races I've watched, and I'm the one commentating. Before we get down to the grid, we'll talk about our cameraman in just 1 second. We know we've had some issues with that, but I want to just go through the season standings, because we have got a bit of a nail biter going into the final round. Now, with his fingernails fully intact, along with every other part of his body, is Carlsberg out in the championship lead on 268 points. That is unsurmountable. Or I think the only way it can be beaten is if he drops a significant number of points through the drop scoring system, and I don't have a calculator in front of me, so we're not going to do the drop scores. We're not going to work out which round people drop. But he is on 268 points, which is more than 40 points in front of second place. So I'm just going to go and give him the trophy now, to be honest. Ding dong. Hello, Carlsberg. Oh, put some clothes on, mate. Here's your trophy. Mighty Kid then is in second place on 216 points, and now this is where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because on 210 points behind Mighty Kid is Tiddy Milk. Just a couple of points between them. In fact, my analytical brain tells me it is 6 points in between 216 and 210 points. So, second place is up for grabs. And third place is also up for grabs, because then just a further 16 points behind on 194 is Sweden's finest, IQ CW4. So he could mount a comeback and maybe steal a third place or a second. We do have all of the drop scores to figure out. When someone's got a brain big enough to do that, we'll do it. But there is a lot to fight for, is what I'm saying. Right, this has been the longest introduction video that I've done. Just before I get down to the grid, our cameraman. So it does turn out that Jeffrey isn't with us for this weekend. It turns out that he's out at a burger restaurant eating Five Guys. Who'd have thought Jeffrey would do that? So our cameraman for this final weekend, everyone give a big round of applause to our cameraman Alex, and hopefully nothing bad at all will happen to Alex by the end of this video. So let's get down to the grid, do the grid walk. So, bringing up the back of the grid, it is a real shock. It is our championship elect himself, Carlsberg, in last place. Then it is Farrick in the number 15 Ferrari. Then we go over to a newcomer. It is Jazz or Yaz. Welcome to the league, my friend. It is the last race, but enjoy it. Then it is Pudding Flaps. What kind of pudding? What kind of flaps? The answer to both, I hope, is Yorkshire. Then it is Mighty Kid in the 91 Jägermeister Porsche. Another Porsche, Shoo, new livery for him, Spider-Man. It suits the colour scheme, doesn't it? Then it is Hoyland in the number 100 Porsche, starting midfield. Another Porsche, 55 Tunnets Caramel of Stealth. Then it is the number 10 Ferrari of Rufus, our host, followed by the second of our Tesco-sponsored cars, IQ CW4. Then the 76 Ferrari of Paris. Let me get my breath. Another Ferrari then, but it's not going to be a Ferrari pole because Tiddy Milk could only get second. And another newcomer right at the end. It is RBR Red gets pole position. The Tifosi are furious as the Red Baron takes pole position in his Porsche. That is your grid. Ladies and gentlemen, for the penultimate time, start your engines. So as the lights come on, it is 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights, because IQ has got his indicator on there, is indicating to the right. Everyone gets away cleanly, and
RBR Red leads his way down into turn 1 for the first time. Tiddy Milk not getting quite as good a start as IQ CW4 it seems, but IQ very conservative on the brakes here. Tiddy goes round the outside, reclaims the place, and are they all going to get through turn 1 cleanly? A bit of ghosting going on. I see cars getting through cleanly. Carlsberg has picked up a few places. Rufus there just taking it easy. Oh, Carlsberg turns across on Rufus. He's bashed him into the barrier and Rufus span around. Now, that looked very cynical. It looked almost, well, it must have been an accident because it looks like Carlsberg just didn't know he was there. We picked him up here on the onboard. This is Rufus's view of what happened, and look at that bash a couple of times. Now the first hit was an accident. I don't know if the second hit wasn't though. A bit of argy-bargy, the worst kind of bargy after Onion. Carlsberg then, he doesn't look like he's giving that place back straight away. Let's see, there's a bit more chaos going on though. A couple of cars cutting the chicane, and Shushu is looking at the barrier there. He's got teleported by aliens. What happens to Shushu? Oh, he gets a bit of a tap there from Stealth, but he just helps himself to a boot full of throttle and spins it around. And yeah, so a bit of a few casualties before we've even got to the end of the first sector here tonight. Shushu, Carlsberg and Rufus all having problems, and Carlsberg now, yeah, he's not given Rufus the place back, has he? Did he get fed up of waiting? I don't know. But I think the rule is that you should give the place back, and especially that one was very clear cut. Anyway, let's go and see what's happening at the lead of the race. So, Red leads against Tiddy. Tiddy giving him all it's worth here. They're both on the racing soft tyres. Ferrari versus Porsche, just like the name of the championship. And now, with Carlsberg being so far down the order, I do wonder, with drop points as well, whether there is a way for Tiddy to come back and yank that trophy off Carlsberg. But wow, Tiddy has got a penalty. We forgot, he's been away for a few weeks, but yes, the penalty carries over. So a drive through for Tiddy, and I will have a Big Mac, please. As IQ still with his indicator on. We've got Stealth then up into third place, having the cleanest first lap of anyone, leading Paris, and then Hoyland having a look into turn 1 here. He gets the old cutback on the exit, and he's gained a place. Let's go back and watch that. That came out of nowhere. That was a great move. He's a long way back here as we go into the braking zone. Is he just a lot braver on the brakes? He is. He's just damn dare on the brakes, but he gets it stopped. That is a perfect move, textbook. Wow, what a move there. I'm glad that we fluked our way into seeing that. Our cameraman Alex is doing a reasonable job. Let's give some credit to the cameraman, but not too much. Paris then holding off Mighty Kid now as we go into the second chicane. Well, nothing going there. They're just keeping it all on the track. Let's see what's happening further down. So Shushu's bounced back relatively quickly from his experience with the alien teleporters, and is starting to catch Farrick here. Farrick being on the mediums will be costing him a second a lap on those mediums. Tiddy obviously out of the pits now. Carlsberg still stewing down there in 11th, and he's got Yas for company here. Oh no! Oh, you know what, Carlsberg? I'm going to knock on your door and I'm going to confiscate that trophy. He must have filled it with champagne and been drowning himself in booze, because he's not the Carlsberg we know. This is not the drive of a champion tonight, is it? But he's been very consistent across the season, doing very well. Rufus must be counting his sorrows here, because he's not allowed to quit in disgust. He's got to now do 13 laps to avoid getting a penalty from the stewards for rage quitting. So he's just got to drive around at the back. You never know, he might actually catch someone up. There are now... I forgot how many laps there are here. We've 25 minutes of racing, so 21 more laps remain as Red leads us around with IQ. lukewarm on his tail. I wouldn't say hot. As Hoyland then might be having a look at Stealth in the next lap or so. He's caught him up here as we go around Curva Grande. He's in the slipstream, setting a purple first sector. Very easy to do when you've got a Porsche cutting a hole in the air in front of you. Perez holding off Mighty Kid, and Farrick now having to defend from Shushu. I thought Shushu would catch him. Oh, he had a look there, didn't he? He had a look, but you're not going to pass anyone on the exit of a chicane. It's always on the way in. As we go through the Lesmos up into Lesmo 2 here, and Shushu just, again, he can't be too close behind, because if you're too close you don't get the maximum benefit of the slipstream. He's having to pull out of the toe a little bit there, because the gaining speed on Farrick is just, you see that he's had to hesitate and back off, pick his moment, just because there isn't a chance to get through. Now, oh, he's getting a lot of oversteer in between the apexes there, compromising him, but he's got a bit of a run here on Farrick. He could have been up alongside already if he'd have not got that oversteer, but now he's going to have to go the long way around here, around the Parabolica. It's going to be a very difficult move to pull off. Is he going to try and the up and under? So he goes out wide, get that car pivoted into the apex and cut underneath, and that's exactly what he's done. Textbook again. Great racecraft here. He's got the place. Now all he has to do is brake slightly later and cover off the apex, and he'll have the move into turn 1. As we see Tiddy now setting a fastest lap in the background. Now that he's taken his drive through, he's got his Big Mac, he's sat there eating it, and he'll be catching the guys in front in no time. Now, let's just talk again about championship for 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. This is quite crucial because IQCW 4th is in 4th place, and he might not be at the end of the championship because he is in 2nd place here. Now, oh, he's had a really bad exit though, and Stealth taking the opportunity straight away, just bails out of the move up the inside, couldn't quite get the overlap there, as went into Lesmo 1. Hoyland almost losing it, but he manages to use those big Norwegian arms to keep the car on the track, just hammering away at the wheel. He got a bit of dirt on his tyres, so it compromised him through Lesmo 2, and now he's got Paris for company. He needs to do some very tactical defending here. He's got a traffic jam behind him, and he actually just bails out of it. He just gives them the place. I would have just kept my car to the inside there and be a mobile chicane. Just annoy the crap out of the other guys is what I would do. That is the best way to defend, is just be annoying. Right, the other guys, you know what, the guys in URL are very respectful, clean racers. Nobody's going to make a crazy move on you, and you can use that to your advantage. Just use the fact that the other guy's a coward, right, and you will keep the place most of the time, especially in URL. Don't try it in on sport mode on GT7, that won't work. You will just have a face full of someone else's car. So IQ now trying to just pull away again from Stealth. He is on the medium tyres, so they are going to be a bit slower. Interestingly, RBR has, well, let's call him Red, the Red Baron here, has not actually used as much fuel as IQ. Look at that. So that is going to give RBR a massive lead when we come to refuel these cars. The refueling rate here is monolithically slow. Now, what happened to Mighty Kid? Something happened. He's got damage. He's been off the track. He's been for a Italian holiday in the barriers. What happens? Is it contact? Oh, it is contact. And Perez has just made contact with him on the way into the corner. Now, again, racing standards here. If you do this in URL, you give the place back. Okay, that is the rule. You give it back. That was contact right there. You just hit him, and no, it was accidental. That said, you know what? I'm going to get a little bit off my high horse here and just say I'd blame Mighty Kid for that one. So would I give the place back? I don't know. I might argue that one myself with the stewards, but there's a flaw in URL that you have to decide whether to give the place back or not, and you have to predict what the stewards would do. And I would probably say on that one, let's just go watch it again. I would say here, Mighty Kid changed his line under braking. Look at this. Mighty Kid, let's check his steering input. His steering wheel. Oh, it's fairly straight though. I would say no. I would still say that's Paris. But the thing is, I've got the luxury of watching it a couple of times from a couple of different angles from both cars. I'd say that's Paris's fault. It's an unlucky one. It was the slightest of contacts, and it was an accident, right? But the rule is you have to give the place back. I don't want to say whether I fully agree with that or not. Whether we should just have a wider range of stewards' penalties, like 5-second and 10-second time penalties instead of drive-throughs. Who knows? But anyway, so Paris now getting all out of shape on the way into the chicane there, and gifts Hoyland the place. Hoyland up into 4th place now, and Stealth is keeping on to the back of IQ CW4 here. IQ not having this all his own way. Stealth doing a brilliant job here to keep up as well. Well, we'll see. I think IQ's the sort of guy who does not feel pressure. He's a cool cucumber, he is. A cool Swedish cucumber. Yeah, he'll just be doing his own thing. He'll be looking forwards, not backwards. Actually, Red's tyres starting to wear now as well. The front left takes a beating round here because all of the corners are right-hand corners. That is why IQ put his indicator on, because all of the corners go right. You know, if you're going to put one on, put the right one on. You know what? It will be hard to tell. Is IQ in the slipstream of Red? I think he is, but we don't have timing info in these replays. Hoyland becomes the first person to pit. I think maybe a lap early, but let's see. It could be part of some genius strategy that we haven't figured out. I think maybe another lap on those tyres, maybe even another 2 laps. But we have still got 16 minutes of racing left, so he puts in a full tank. I wonder if that's also going to be enough fuel. And oh, look at this though, we've got Tiddy on Farrick down into turn 1. I think Tiddy's got it. Farrick, yeah, just knows that he's gone and got him. As we see Tiddy digging up some of the kitty litter there. So he'll have a poor exit now into sector 1, but he's got the place. That's more important as he starts hunting down the amazingly titled pudding flaps. And Shoo Shoo, achievement unlocked. Get a penalty and crash at the same time. Gran Turismo's penalty system is bizarre. And just too much enthusiasm on the loud pedal. Too much enthusiasm. Just showing off his Spider-Man sponsors for the cameras. That's what he's doing today. By facing sideways all of the time, you do get to read them, don't you? This is a lovely little battle here. Oh, I thought for a second we saw a move on then. It was just a trick of my eyes. I have been taking too many mushrooms, haven't I? Been hanging out with Henge too much. Yeah, by the way, shout out to Henge, the rock band, for allowing me to use their music. I asked very politely to their agent if we could use the music for my grid walk, and they just replied, "Yeah, go for it, mate." Brilliant. Bit of publicity for them because they are an amazing band, and I saw them live just the other week. Fantastic. Everyone was off their heads. Anyway, we come down into turn 1 as I reminisce, and IQ doesn't go for the move. Good, because I don't think he was close enough. It's all about getting the exit now. He's a bit wide of the apex, a bit slower on the accelerator than Red. The car's getting spread out a little bit there. Let's go down the grid though, see if anything else is happening. Oh, Shoo Shoo and Tiddy having a battle, so Shoo Shoo recovering. And that has put Tiddy up and past the, even has room to swing to the left there, does Tiddy. Oh, big power slide there for Shoo Shoo as well. Some skid marks being left. Oh, and Tiddy's gone and got himself a penalty. What's that for? What's the penalty for? He didn't have it here. Did he touch the grass? I don't think he did. That looks okay to me. There's a lot of lag going on there, but I do not see why that is a 1 second penalty. I am baffled. That is odd. Well, I'll just stand by the advice that I gave Tiddy, that you're allowed to drive across that rumble strip. You are! I just think the gods of Gran Turismo hate you. I don't know what you've said to the gods of Gran Turismo, but you've upset them. Look at the lag going on here as well. Bloody hell. Oh no, mighty kid. He's had a mighty spin. How have you managed to spin between the Lesmos? It'll be on the exit rumble strip, won't it? He'll have gone across the bumpy bit. Oh, bump, 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 ba-dum, bump, bump. And around it goes. Yeah. Oh dear. As well as traction control, you do need self-control, and I don't think he had any. Oh, and bloody Tiddy Milk's gone and got himself another penalty. What's that for? Let's just go back and laugh at him for it. Oh, he's missed that one. I don't understand though. I think the lag must be so bad that he appears on track when he's not. So anyway, so Pudding Flaps up into 5th place. Hello, Pudding. What kind of pudding are you? What? Say down in the comments right now what your favourite kind of pudding is. Is it Yorkshire, or is it a nice sherry? I like a nice sherry trifle. I do. That's my favourite pudding. Oh yeah, yeah. Especially the one that my mum does with lots of sherry in it. Like, in fact, it's just a glass of sherry. I'm an alcoholic. Okay, leave me alone. Anyway, Stealth and IQ both pits. IQ's not got as much fuel on board, so Stealth could jump him here. He's got an extra 3 litres of fuel to put in, well, I'd like to put in 3 litres of Carlsberg, please. Let's look at Carlsberg, actually. What's going on with Carlsberg here? They're just looking at his car and no fuel's going in. He's rage pit. Oh, that is bad. You're not allowed to do that, my friend. Rage pitting gets the death penalty. It is worse than rage quitting. Look at this. You see, this is how you do it. Rufus just drives around at the back. And actually pits as well. So Tiddy into the pits as well. Now, where is the penalty line here? I can't remember. It's down the back straight, isn't it? So Tiddy has taken his penalty, which is why he's behind Shoo Shoo, putting in a full tank of fuel. Shoo Shoo putting in less. Tiddy maybe wants to rev the engine out, or maybe he hasn't done his maths, who knows. Hoyland then sat in 8th place with Stealth. Yeah, so Stealth has pulled away here. Now, this is interesting as well. They've got out of the pits in front of Mighty Kid, but behind Farrick. So IQ having to thread his way through some back markers here who haven't pitted. Now, Farrick, I don't think he's the sort of guy who will get involved in other people's races. And I think IQ would be able to get this move done fairly easy. And he does. There we go. Still hasn't cancelled his indicators. My OCD is getting triggered. Oh, who's that off wide? It is Mighty Kid. Has gone and had a big slide on the exit of Ascari. Now Stealth's turn to get past Farrick. Now Stealth lost a lot of ground here though to IQ. A lot of ground. There's a good couple of seconds between them here, and it's because IQ's not put as much fuel in the car. So Farrick on fumes here, by the way. Those are good for sniffing, by the way. Fumes. Have a good sniff of the exhaust pipe. If you ran out of alcohol, good Tesco top tip for you there. As Paris comes out of the pit in front of Stealth, but he's gonna have the racing soft tyres though. He's gonna maybe just lose the place. Oh, he's pushing his luck with the track limits here. We saw IQ get a penalty for that. Not IQ, we got Tiddy get a penalty for that, but Paris, he's been kind to the Gran Turismo gods and doesn't get one. Now, let's just see what happens though, because I think this is maybe genius. I think this is genius. Right, so Stealth there is way in front. And look at this. So Stealth misses his turn in because he knows that there's a car there. So he's giving him room. But Perez just goes, thank you for the room. I'm going to go here. Right? And then he goes, hang on a minute. The corner's over there. I can just turn in late, side by side, pin Stealth to the inside, and there you go. That is how it's done. That is, again, racing intelligence. That is not IQ CW4, that is IQ 200 right there. Really enjoy that. Hey, look at me, I'm being nice to people. It's not normal, is it? Let's go laugh at someone. Someone else had a spin, probably. Yep, I told you. Oh, and I think this was a bit of contact though. Are we going to see? Yeah, Farrick's going to show us how not to do this. Boom! Farrick's just like, yep, I can do that too. No, I can't. But he does wait. You see, he does wait, and that is very good of him. It was an accident. Now, because he's waited, Mighty Kid's just turned up on the scene and just gone, why are you guys hanging around? I'm just going to go and pass you both. He's going to try. He's going to try it on Farrick, isn't he? He's got the inside. No, he's not got the inside. He switches to the inside now, though, and gets his nose in front and sweeps across onto the second apex and makes the move. There we go. Put some manners on Farrick right there. Tiddy will be just like despairing here because there was a great opportunity for him to make a impossible comeback. Oh, and he's binned it. He's binned it. Well, there's only one car at fault there, and that's his own. See, I'm about to be mean again. Haha. I did say there'd be a big gap between Red and IQ, and there is. That is a huge gap. Just the different fuel levels. IQ having to put more fuel in when he pitted. Now IQ being on the soft tyres here though, his lap time last time out was not that good actually, not 151.2, more than a second off the fastest lap. He needs to be in the 149s to be putting some manners here on Red. 159 actually we don't know what Red's pace is. I was going to say 159, but that was before he pitted. That was his in-lap, actually, the 159. That would be a terrible lap otherwise. Red has forgot to put a livery on one side of his car here. I don't know if you've noticed. That side looks beautiful. The other side looks fairly plain. See there? Anyway, it's still a nice livery. Quite like it. You have to be careful that you use the right German symbol, obviously. Use the World War I one, and it's still a bit controversial, but less controversial than the updated World War II version of that sticker. Oh, hang on, I've sat on the controller. Whoops. That was a bit uncomfortable. So Hoyland then is now in front of Stealth. So that happened whilst I wasn't looking, didn't it? Let's have a look where it happened though, because there it is. Exit of Lesmo 2. Oh, he's getting him into the Lesmo. This is a rare move. You don't see this. You genuinely don't. I saw that live, didn't I? And I was talking nonsense instead of commentating, because we definitely saw that happen. And I thought it was just the camera angle that made it look like a pass. It was actually a pass. Wow, what a move. Nicely done. He's going to keep the place now into Ascari. Let's judge the drivers through Ascari. Now he's on the throttle and not off it. From the first apex onwards, you have to be full throttle, and he was. Good driving there. Let's go and pick someone else up through Ascari. Let's do Tiddy. I gave him some advice. Let's see what he's like. So he's using the full track width, so that's a good start. And then he's a bit late on the brakes. He needs to be braking on the. Well, he's way too late on the brakes. Yeah, and he's missed the first apex there as a result. You see there, so he needs to be way over on that Italian flag. Run the Italian flag over. Yeah. Now, he's gathered the car up nicely, but he's too far to the right now. This corner's going to be really hard to get the car around. He's using all of the track here, though. Got a lot of confidence over the bumps, and he's made up for it on the exit. So the exit was quite good, but, well, he got a penalty for it. Yes, he was too far over on the right-hand side there. So that'll be why he got the track limits penalty for that. But it all started with being way too late on that first apex. He needed to be braking where the path is on the right-hand side at the 100 board. So he's going to get Mighty Kid here, though. Well, when the lag sorts itself out, I think he might be able to get him. And then he's got a lap to pull the gap before he has to take that penalty. Let's see. And how's his manners? He's going to get a cutback here. Oh, he's gone and rear-ended him. He misjudged the timing of that. And I've seen Tiddy not give places back before, and he's not going to give it back, is he? And I think that one was on him. He misjudged the cutback there. You can't just blame the other guy for getting a bad exit. Yes, he was wide. But when you see a car coming across your nose like that, I'm afraid the left pedal has to come into use, and you have to give him space. Was the contact, though? Was the contact, or was Mighty Kid just losing control? This is the thing I don't like about this penalty system, because if there generally wasn't contact, then how could it be Tiddy's fault? Let's have a look. There was that much lag, it's hard to tell. You know, we've seen Tiddy sort of teleporting around here. I mean, look at this, he's wandering left and right because of the lag. Look there, yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a steward. Oh my god, imagine if I was a steward. There's some very random decisions if I was. Yeah, so IQ just has not found any extra pace on these soft tyres. Maybe he's made two mistakes on 2 laps in a row, but he's in the 151s, which is more than a second off the pace. As we come to 20 minutes now, we've only got, we've got 4 minutes left actually. We're coming up to 21. So that should be 3 more laps of the race. I think they've all got enough fuel to make it round 3 more laps. In fact, no, well, it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 3, yes, it should be. Definitely for red. And then I think as we get down the order, this is going to be close if Stealth manages to get onto the final lap. But Stealth then has to hold off Hoyland here. And Hoyland also on the medium tyres, so these cars are equally matched. They're the same car, the same tyres. Stealth with a lot more fuel. Hoyland maybe has done his homework though and realised he didn't need all of that fuel. Revving the engine out, that's what the Porsche likes. It likes to be revved. He's coming up onto the back of Stealth then. But 2 very sensible drivers here. Hoyland knows not to go for a dive from that sort of distance back. Now he's just trying to provoke Stealth into making a mistake, but Stealth's also the sort of driver who doesn't make that many mistakes. He's, you know, my oh, hang on, I've sat on the controller again. You know, my assessment of Stealth over the season has been he ain't the fastest guy, but he's one of the most consistent. I've not really seen him throwing it off in the barriers. He absorbs pressure very well, so I'm sure he will be a good match here for Hoyland. Hoyland, on the other hand, what I've seen, very fast, but throws it off very easily. He tends to have losses of focus, is what I would say for Hoyland. You know, it's good to see him now fighting up at the front of the grid again. I think he's found some consistency the last few races. The last race out at Daytona was brilliant. So he's now going to have a look as we come down into turn 1 for the first time. Let's go to the to the windscreen camera. He's going to have him on the brakes, is he? Oh, giving each other enough room here, and he's just out wide though. He's going to have a bad exit, but he's got it. He managed to hold the car together with 2 wheels on the dirt there. Very smooth on the accelerator to account for that, and 4th place is his. Now Stealth could be about to have a go back at him here though, because he did get a poor exit, but no, Stealth just can't make the overlap. You can see it cost them time there, 1.5 seconds down in sector 1. Battling does always cost a bit of time. Now Perez caught on to IQ here. IQ just not finding any pace on those soft tyres. Look, again, he's very consistent, but he's just slow. 150.1 from Perez, a whole second, well, 1.2 seconds faster. Now Perez having a look for the second step on the podium. Will he get a penalty at the end of the race? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Red is having it easy though. He did make a mistake on the last lap actually. 2 seconds lost. So maybe a penalty or something. As he goes and sets the fastest lap on the mediums, just showing that he was just toying with everyone here. Makes me wonder whether he should have been put into League 1, because it looks like he's got the pace for League 1, especially with a 149. Good lap time, good lap time. Let's see what's happening down the grid. Let's see where everyone's at, because we haven't looked for a while. Oh, Farrick is about to run out of fuel. You know what, we are on the last lap now, so you know what, we're going to watch these guys over the line. There we go, pudding flap finishes. Shushu in 7th place. The final lap stickers finally emerged on screen, because it wasn't on screen when they crossed the line. Tiddy Milk there in 8th. Jazz in 9th. Sorry, we haven't really focused on you much. Farrick bringing the car home on fumes here. So is Mighty Kid. Rufus some distance behind. So Perez has got IQ whilst we wasn't looking, but he's got a penalty. So let's see what happens. It's going to be bittersweet for him. He's a long way back here. Is he going to make them? He can't make the move from there though, surely. IQ got a bad exit, and I think it's just going to be it's going to be one of these random penalties again. I want to see this one frame by frame and see why this is a penalty, because I don't think this should be. Oh no, it's quite clear. It's pretty clear. There's the track, there's the car. There's the track, and there's the car. Yep. That's a shame, because otherwise that would have been pretty badass. But yeah, he wouldn't have got the overlap there if he hadn't have done that. So that is a pretty fair penalty from the Gran Turismo patented penalty system. Yeah, so he can, all is not lost. He can try and pull half a second's gap in the time that he's got. Now Hoyland and Stealth are still battling here as well. The battle for 4th place is not over by a long shot, and the problem here is that Stealth is out of fuel. He's gonna have to really watch it as he comes to the line. He'll have a warning flag on his screen telling him that he's low fuel. Oh, IQ bins it! I did not expect that. Oh, what? Eggs and gravy. Eggs and gravy. What's he done? Oh, he's just connected with the curb, and it's given him a tiny bit of oversteer. And, well, Perez gets the penalty for free. Meanwhile, is it going to be the same thing for Hoyland? No, it's not, but look at this. Stealth has got a move on him here. He's in the slipstream. This could be for 4th place. He comes up the inside. I need to get my breath back. It should be a simple move here, though. Can Hoyland, though, go all the way up the inside now, get the cut back? I don't know who's going to get the run to the line here. This is going to be super close. Hoyland cuts back to the inside, blocks him off. He's managed to keep the place. Stealth had 4th place for all of 0.2 of a second there, as Hoyland brings it over the line, and Carlsberg, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but it ain't racing, is it? It ain't racing. Is this some kind of a protest? I don't know, but what's he protesting? Because his driving was all over the place, wasn't it? Don't know, but there he is. Let's just take a look at that. Ah, you know what? We can't see it. The Tesco sponsors. Hey, Tesco, Tesco, Tesco. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I don't understand what he's doing there, other than delaying everyone's end to the race by not crossing the line. Anyway, that is our race. Red wins it, Paris in 2nd, IQ in 3rd place with that dramatic last lap, Hoyland in 4th, Stealth in 5th. So, we've got one more race left of the season, and then I get to put my Speedos on and go to a beach in Korea. So, I look forward to it, and I'll see you in the final video. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night.